So there's St. Patrick's Day gematria and St. Patty's Day gematria. So starts to get very interesting. So let's go over it. I will pause so you don't have to grind with me, and I should go ahead and throw it in the other one so you can see all the numbers. Today is big day prep. We're going to go over finally all the 37 connections that I have for that date on the old spreadsheet like we used to do. I think it'll be bouncing off February 7th to February 9th, and I want to go over those dates with you. I don't think I've done that yet. We'll do that at the end. So it's St. Patty's Day and St. Patrick's Day. That, in my opinion, is the rising day, and boy, per previous videos, has stuff not been bouncing off of it. And I'm not getting comments anymore. Now, I would tell anybody watching my channel, anybody that comments or anything that comments, or what we would perceive to be anyone commenting, could always be an AI. You just have to know that. Could always be an AI, or at the very least, a human getting absolute copy and pasting from an AI. So just always be aware of that. I treat everybody like they're people, but there's sometimes I'm typing back to a person and my brain is thinking, this is an AI. And so I've got one view. Now, mind you, I have 638 subscribers, but I have one view, 7 views, 3 views, 14 views, 14 views, 9 views, 25, and 8. So the AI obviously is tightly controlling this channel. And when I start to get hardly any views or any comments, that's when I'm thinking we're on to something. Does that make sense? Because the bad guy entity world would just love to flood me with tons of minutia and comments when I'm not onto something, just to bog me down, entertain, throw me off. But yeah. So let's get on with it. Let me pause and start finding the good stuff. St. Patty's Day, page 1, you do get River Phoenix. You get The Great Work, which is Mystery Babylon's kind of like slogan. And wouldn't it be the slogan for the opening of the book of Revelation and the Antichrist rising? But you get World War III. So on the White Horse Day, the crowning day, you get Red Horse, World War III. You get The Shape of Water. Why did they name that movie The Shape of Water? It won Best Picture. The Shape of Water, Best Picture. It was second fantasy film to win Best Picture after Lord of the Rings. Why? Right? Let's go ahead and run it. It's a perfect 2298. What is 98? 98th verse is the White Horse verse, and we're talking about the White Horse Day, aren't we? So it's released to the White Horse Day is the White Horse Bible verse. 98 days. The other one is August 31st. I believe was a premiere. 66. 6 years, 6 months. Revelation is the 66th book of the Bible. Okay, then. The Shape of Water to the 86ing day, 2388. That's a direct hit. All right. So 6 years, 6 months, and 2388. On the 86ing day, not the rising day, but still. Okay. So The Shape of Water won Best Picture, and it's a direct hit along with um, World War III. So is Russell Crowe, a direct hit, 738, which is Act 738. January 6th is a direct hit. Lord of the Rings. Oh boy. The Shape of Water and Lord of the Rings were both fantasy, the only two fantasy movies to win Best Picture. We just saw that. It was the second fantasy film to win Best Picture after Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Return of the King is what? It's his Rising Day. So I guess we need to run that, don't we? And you're telling me that The Shape of Water, The Shape of Water, and Lord of the Rings are both direct hits. There it is, Lord of the Rings, direct hits with St. Patty's Day. People, seriously, this is insane. Lord of the Ring, Return of the King is 201 minutes. Remember, it's 201 days from our event. It's 201 days to October 2nd, to the Ring of Fire from the fake staged event. From Ides of March to the Ring of Fire, total solar is 201 days, and it's 201 minutes. Return of the King. That's Abomination of Desolation, Return of the King, or it's the Rising Day. I think it's more Abomination of Desolation, because listen to it, what it's saying, Return of the King. And let's run it. Remember, Trump is a perfect 286, 0, 0. 286 is to eliminate or to get rid of. 78, 318. 1, 318 is the Bible verse 666. But he's going to 86 to church, and he's literally at the Ring of Fire, 28,600 even, 286, 0, 0. Now we run the Return of the King to that. It's December 1st, 17th, or 18th. Hang on. Return of the King has a premiere date on Monday, December 1st, 2003 at the Embassy Theater. It is a perfect 761 1 days. 761 are the amount of verses in Revelation and Daniel combined. You folks see what's going on here. That is utterly, absurdly fascinating. Cyrus the Great also comes up for St. Patty's Day. Donald Trump compared to Cyrus. In particular, Trump has been compared to King Cyrus. Easy to find. Is Trump our Cyrus? Christianity Today. Fascinating that he comes up, that Cyrus comes up in that. Again, January 6th. That's just page one, folks. 47, their big number. Look at that. Gee, what more do you need? How about Born Antichrist? When we go to the other one, which is St. Patrick's Day, all spelled out. That also, just on page one, had some very interesting items. Aleister Crowley. It had Trump is Jesus. Why? Because he would be rising on the third day, right? On St. Patrick's Day. The truth rises. Jesus is the truth. So it's like saying Jesus rises. And it already says Trump is Jesus also. It's happening now comes up. The AI put it's happening now out there 573 times to make page one. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Jesus back from the dead on the rising day of St. Patrick's Day. 477 or 747 or 774, however you want to do it, they're all there. Tequila sunrise. Remember he is risen. Always at that sunrise. This is big. I've been thinking we found our date, but now I'm just like sure of it with these. That's just page one connections. Vladimir V. Putin is also up there. Supercomputer is up there. Well, that's what he rises with. Remember, iPad Goat showed him connected to the technology. So let's go to page two with both of them. Vanity Fair is a connection. And in the Jewish, the Hebrew Messiah comes up. Are you kidding me? The Hebrew Messiah. I mean, what in the world else would say Antichrist other than that? These are big deal connections, y'all. All right, hang on. Let's see what else I find. Ah, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where Tom Brady went after being a Patriot. He went. That's a big deal. Why were they called the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? All right, hang on. Let's find something else. Anyway, let's turn to my prep. Skyfall is 148 coded to our days. It is 11 years, 4 months, 8 days. 148 is Donald J. Trump in civil gematria. That is on the rising day. So that is for Skyfall. That's where the right eye wound was, where he went through the mouth of the dragon, where he said his hobby was resurrection. That is really the gigantic big day. Skyfall. Point break in the hours we already did, so we're going in the right direction. Okay, Skyfall. 136 months, 18 days. We know that 36 is the triangular number is 666. If you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 all the way through 36, you get 666. We know that 18 is 6 plus 6 plus 6. And we know that 36 is Adam in Jewish gematria. He is the Black Adam. You have 136 months and 18 days on Skyfall's release date to the 86ing day. Wow. This is big stuff. It really is. TV show Wednesday, you get the perfect 480 days. We know that 48 is Donald Trump in full reduction. Don't say another word while you're typing. I started typing Donald reduction. It's 48 in full reduction. And the Wednesday TV show, 480 days. So it's 480 or 48. Wednesday is a direct hit. Day of the Dead to Dead Day. So this was interesting. We know about the Day of the Dead celebration of November 1st, November 2nd. November 1st, where we just celebrated Day of the Dead. Why celebrate it on that day? Well, it's a perfect 135 days to the Ides of March. Remember that 135th prime number is 761, which is your combination of all end times Bible verses, Daniel and Revelation combined. Revelation 404, Daniel 357. You also have 136, 138 combinations, depending on whether you include both days, whether you run it to the rising day, whether you, add November 2nd or add Halloween, because they tell you that it's, Halloween is also sort of included in that. And so you get your 134, 135, 136, 137, 138. You get all of them. And we know that 138 is Donald Trump in simple gematria. Again, the real Day of the Dead to that. They're big deals. Big deals, I tell you. Barbenheimer. Remember when Barbie and Oppenheimer came out? That was a big signal. That was like Mamma Mia and The Dark Knight coming out. Because we know Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again is 9/11, Here We Go Again. Because it came out, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again came out on the rising day of July 20th. Just like Mamma Mia, the original, came out on July 18th. Get it? Rising on the third day, July 20th. I mean, July 18th to July 20th. The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises did the exact same thing, just in different years. July 18th to July 20th. So Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again is a direct smash to the rising day. So why don't we just go ahead and run that? Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. Let me pause so I don't waste your time. And don't forget, not only did it come out on July 20th, it in the URL it has 6/9/11/6/08. So it's 9116. We know that 116 is upside down backwards 9/11, so it's 6/9/116. So it's 9/11 upside down and backwards and regular. And it's 6.6 rating, which of course is the book of Revelation, is the 66th book of the Bible. And there it is, July 20th. It's 2018 is the year. You get 5 years, 7 months, 26 days. What is 726? That's right, Antichrist in English gematria. They're serving us up, aren't they? There it is, 726. And that's what they give us with Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. Its other date was, I think, the 16th. 207 is 119 Donald plus 88 Trump. It's 2071 days from Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again's other from Hammersmith Apollo. Big deal. It's a big deal. Big deal, big deal. Barbenheimer is 238 days. 38 is murder. So Oppenheimer and or Barbie, they called it Barbenheimer. Those movies were released on July 21st, 2023. To March 15th, the 8016 day, you get 238. 2 is TO, 2 murder is what it's saying. On the murder day. If you include both dates to the rising day, it's 7 months, 26 days. What is 726? That's right, it's Antichrist. Do you see what all's going on here? If you're just joining us, make sure you watch the playlist. We are sure it's the Ides of March event, rising on St. Patty's Day, kicking off World War III, opening the book of Revelation. So James Bond's love interest in No Time to Die, Inspector. She's born July 1st, 1985. Remember, Back to the Future came out 2 days later, July 3rd, 1985. Her name is Léa Seydoux, I guess.
Léa Seydoux. Léa Seydoux.
Léa Seydoux. Leah Seydoux, July 1st, 1985. When you run her birthday to the event, if you include both dates, it's 1/4, 138. 138 is Donald Trump and Sybil Gematria. She's 38 years, 8 months. 38 is murder, 88 is Trump, 388, boom. She's also 464 months, and that's the end of Trump's number. Remember, Trump is 6 times, 14 times, 1946. He's 163, 464. She is 464 months. These are just booming smash hits, in my opinion. Just 9/11 days from the 1988 election. Remember, Donnie Darko began with, I'm voting for Dukakis.
Voting for Dukakis.
Those are the first words in the movie Donnie Darko. The first words as he's eating pizza. Pizzagate, Gateway Arch. Remember the Gateway Arch of October 28th. The Gateway Arch began on October 28th. We know that we've shown you how the transfer portal of time gives us the Gateway Arch. So the Gateway Arch itself, if you look at, it's October 30, it's October 28th, and it runs through November 21st. That's 25 days. And then it has its opposite, March 1st through March 25th. And if you look at March 25th portaling, transfer portals, October 28th and March 25th transfer portal over to each other. March 25th is 325. Well, and then there's the November 21st, which is 325 day of the year. March 1st is 301. It's March 1st, so it's 301 is a way to say the date. And October 28th is day 301, except for leap years, of course. So that gateway arch in both directions only works for that set of 25 days. Then it no longer works. It doesn't work the day before or the day after in either direction. There's just this 25-day window of a gateway arch where, because going to day 326 does not portal over to March 26th. All of this stuff only works for this 25-day window. And we used to show you this with the date calculator, how it works like that. Day 301 to day 325, or writing out the dates 301 to 325. That's the only window where that works. And there's lunar eclipses on both October 28th and March 25th. What would be the chances of that? So Pizzagate was really about the Gateway Arch because Julia Roberts was in Mystic Pizza and her birthday is October 28th. So pizza is really a sign or symbol of the Gateway Arch. And he's eating the pizza as she says that. And remember, he's rising up through that lunar eclipse, full moon. This is fascinating. So that election where she says, I'm voting for Dukakis, well, the day she would have voted was 11/8/1988. Well, to our 86ing day, 12,911 days. 35 years, 4 months, 7 days. You got your 9/11, you got your 47. What more do you want, right, folks? One-stop shopping right here. Get everything you want. 9/11 itself is 8,222. Might be having a Wi-Fi issue. There it goes. So 9/11, 2001 to the Ides of March, if you include both dates, is 8,222. His rising, you have 117 in the weeks for Revelation 11:7. You just hit the rising button. Don't include both dates or include both dates. It's 1174 in the weeks. On the rising day, it's also 22 years, 66 months. 66, Book of Revelation 22. The 22nd prime number is 79, which is murder and simple gematria. Remember the Dark Knight, the bus came out, it was District 22. Back to the Future. Same as James Bond's girlfriend in No Time to Die. Back to the Future, if you include both dates, to the rising day, 14,138. Remember, she was the 14,138 to the 86ing day, but we run Back to the Future to the rising day, because remember, she was 2 days before Back to the Future. Again, it's 141.38. In 38 years, 8 months, you got 388. This is, I'm telling you, we found our date. So this one's called Two Doctor Knows and Going 88 Miles per Hour. So I put 3 items in here. So Doctor Knows release date is to the 86ing day is 2, 2, 2, 2, 7 days. It's also 60 years, 10 months, 7 days, 7 heads, 10 horns. We know the 10-7 code for Mystery Babylon out of the Book of Revelation. If you run it to the rising day, 2, 2, 2, 2, 9 days. That's more than 222 code. That's 2222 code. And then there was October 5th, 1962. So I think this was the James Bond premiere. 22,444 to the rising day. 444. Again, it's like the 144,000. 37 is the 12th prime number. 12 is number for the church, so it's the prime number for the church. You put it out 12 progressions, it's 444. And there it is, 22,444. Book of Revelation is opened on St. Patty's Day, and that's what they're telling us through that James Bond moment. And when they went 88 miles per hour on October 26th, 1985, it's 38 years, 4 months, 20 days, or 14,022 days. You have 1422 code. Not only is 1422 one of my phone numbers, but the Book of Revelation, we all through much tribulation enter the kingdom, is Acts 14:22. So again, they're just coding the Book of Revelation. 11 months, 17 days. We know 11:17 is murder. Zechariah 11:17. It's also 36 years. What is this? Sign of the Times, Prince. Sign of the Times. Came out March 30th. 1987. Hang on, I've got some other things. Let's finish this off, though. The Prince Sign of the Times. March 30th, 1987. March 30th, 1987. It's 11 months, 17. It's 36 years, 11 months, 17 days. To the rising day. But what is inside of 1117? 117 or 117. So it's both. And it's a perfect 13500 days. Remember, 135 is the prime. The 135th prime number is 761, which is the amount of verses in Book of Revelation 404 plus 357 of Daniel. Their sign of the times 13502 on the rising day, 13500 on the 86ing day. I'm telling you, we found our event. Let me finish the prep. Then I've got other things to show you. There, I showed you the Ides of March. Has the 315 backwards. So the Ides of March date, and it's fused with 13.3. 13.3 again for Revelation 13.3. First time deadly wound is mentioned. You have 38 in here twice. Then we went over Ohio for Morris, which are items that I need to do gematria on. So hang on. Right. Ohio primary.
The 2024 Ohio primary elections are on March 9th.
So the Ohio primary is March 19th. So on the Ides of March, that's where they're going to be. They're going to be in the Buckeye State, which is the right eye, the eye of the buck, the dotting of the I. That's where he's going to be. It's going to be all about this Ohio primary. And that is why let's do Morris for president. There it is, 868. In Jewish gematria, 86. And then the reversal is 68. It's perfect. 868. It's the 86ing day of Ides of March, and the reversal of that, the rising on St. Patty's Day, 868. All there for Morris for president. I got the words backwards just to save time. But that's all you need. You don't even need any number matches. They give you the number in the Jewish. 868. Being 86th. Oh, now he's risen. 68. This is what the numbers mean. This is how the numbers speak. They are a language. I can do his name real quick in gematria. Hang on. You've got 1286. So you've got church followed by 86, 12 followed by 86, 1286 is the one who wrote it. You got 136 in simple gematria. His name comes to. But in his name, Mon, you do have the 315 coded for the date. That's the movie I want to do. Hang on. Amsterdam is 134 in the minutes. We know that 34 is murder. We know they love their 13. September 18th and October 7th. Let's look at them. Amsterdam film, Wikipedia. Sorry, I thought I was stopped recording. 113 to divorce date is coded. Okay. The first total solar X across America to the 86ing day is 2398. We know that 98th verse is the White Horse Bible verse. 6 years, 6 months, 23 days. It's a perfect when you run it to the rising day, it's a perfect 2,400 at X across America total solar. What else? That last total lunar eclipse to the 86ing day is 1 year, 4 months, 8 days, 148 code. That's if you include both dates. 1 year, 4 months, 8 days. I've already told you the stuff about Earl's passing over the 638 license tag, and I gave you proof of that from a video years ago. And 638 is in the days to the 86ing day and rising day. That's too weird. The flower full moon. Remember, it's 315 days to day 315, or the Ides of March, which is March 15th, 315. It's 317 days to March 17th, or 317. And remember, the flower full moon is what he got all jacked up on. Obama. Eyes got real big. So what I want you to do is we go to March 15th. It goes to February 7th. If we go back and look at February 7th, we'll tell you what it matches up with. Christopher Lloyd's birthday, he had the right eye wound. And Back to the Future, he had the Band-Aid over his right eye. Skyfall, USA release date November 9th, 2012. We told you how big Skyfall was. And Helter Skelter, album release date 11/22, which is the JFK date. If you include both dates, it's a direct hit to the inauguration of George H. Walker Bush. And remember, I'm voting for Dukakis. Open the line. At that whole movie, the election was in the backdrop. Apollo 1 fire disaster on 1/27/1967. The movie Take Shelter, Donnie Darko director's cut, and the Princess Diana event are all direct hits, whether you include both dates or not. The Rising Day, if you include both dates. The Rising Day, if you do not include both dates. October 2nd, 1988, the Donnie Darko date. Again, Election Day, 11/8/1988. Both of them are direct smash hits to the Rising Day. This is fascinating. So I thought I was talking to y'all, but apparently I wasn't. I thought the microphone was on when it wasn't and thought it was not on when it was. So let's go over the direct smash hits. Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. Hammersmith Apollo is a direct 37 progression hit if you include both dates to the Rising Day. Remember, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again is connected to The Dark Knight Rises. As Mamma Mia came out when The Dark Knight came out, and The Dark Knight Rises came out July 20th, and Momma Mia, Here We Go Again came out July 20th. But in this case, different years. Now, just like Barbenheimer, Mamma Mia and The Dark Knight came out at the same day. But The Dark Knight Rises, they came out on the same day, different years. You see what they did there? Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, I've always told you, is 9/11, Here We Go Again, and it's a direct hit when you include both dates to the Rising Day. So is when they went 88 miles per hour on October 26, 1985. Trump announcing Jerusalem's capital, all that stuff, along with Donnie Darko, October 2nd, 1988. If you don't include both dates, it's a direct hit to October 2nd, 1988, and the election day, 11/8/1988. These are slam dunk fascinating matches. You put all of these slam dunk fascinating matches in this one video here to the rest of the entire playlist, forget about it. We got our date. It's the Ohio primary. It's going to be in Ohio. He's going to be in Ohio, and I guess we need to go to the Kent State murders. I'll do that in the next video. This one's too long. Love you.